Why hello friends. Long time no see. As you can see, I'm standing in front of my bookshelf, which is a beautiful mess. It's basically just where I throw all of the junk that I don't know what to do with, and my books aren't organized the way I want them to because, like I said, when we kind of moved, we just kind of threw things everywhere. As you guys know, I am a military spouse, or if you don't know, now you know. I'm a military spouse, so sometimes we move too frequently to really care about organization, and that's kind of what happened with my bookshelf this time around, is I just kind of threw my books on there along with a bunch of other junk, and today, towards the end of quarantine finally, I've had 2 months to do this, and I've decided now is the time. But we are gonna get into cleaning my bookshelf. I figured today would be a nice organize with me. It's just gonna be a time lapse of me organizing my bookshelf. I don't have much content that has gone up on this channel because I haven't quite found the balance between doing 2 YouTube channels and a Twitch channel, which I also haven't been live streaming, so I'm trying to get my life back in order, and I figured my bookshelf is a good place to start. Let's get into this. I know it's really messy, it's a little jarring honestly, and let's go. So we're gonna start off on the top. I'm probably gonna take everything off of this shelf and then wipe down the shelves because they're a little dusty. I don't frequently dust these shelves as often as I should. I think I want to put my books in alphabetical order though. That tends to be the easiest way for me to find books because I am a rereader. I reread things usually every year if I really like them. So let's do this. My bookshelves honestly house some of my favorite items, and off of those 2 first shelves, I had a few items that I thought I would share with you guys, just because I feel like a lot of us who like books and enjoy our bookshelves, we usually put things on there that have a lot of meaning. So 2 of the things that I found were, of course, some of my Harry Potter bookmarks. I've had these since I was like 10 years old. These were the ones that originally came out in 2000 and 2001, right before the movies released, and I love the artwork of these. They're just really nice. I've had them in these little sleeves the entire time I've owned them, so they're in like beautiful and perfect like condition, and it's like the original art from the books. Another thing that I have is this little church. This was actually made when I was a barista in North Carolina. This was made by one of the people that came in. And they're little tiny individual pieces of wood, and he like glued all of them. I know it's a church, and I'm not really that religious of a person, but it was the sentiment that he put so much work into these to give to people, and I just really like it. And then this last piece is a vintage book. This is the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. This was a book that was originally published, I think, in 1896. I believe, and this is one of the first editions of it, and I found this in an antique store like 2 years ago. Me and my husband went looking. I love antique stores generally, and it has the woman's name in it that owned it before, and the handwriting is beautiful. The paper is like old and rustic feeling, and it just, I don't know, it has like beautiful age to it, and I love books like this. I like old books, but I love this. I just think it's really cool that her name's in it, and like it has that old-timey feel to it, and it's just, I don't know, I really like old books a lot, and I love the way it smells and feels, and it's like a little piece of history, so I really enjoy this. Alright, so all of the books are off the bookshelf, and I have wiped it down. Now this bookshelf is pretty grimy just overall. It's a bookshelf me and my husband found when we first started dating in an old like secondhand store. We basically painted it because it was like a ugly brown color. Painted it, put some contact paper on the back to kind of pretty it up a little bit, but it's definitely falling apart. It's not like the nicest bookshelf, so bear with me. We are moving in August, so we plan on buying better bookshelves or having built-ins in our next place, hopefully, fingers crossed. But for now, this is what we got, this little like $20 bookshelf we found at a thrift store. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start organizing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do alphabetical just because it's easier for me to find things when I do alphabetical, so that's what we're gonna start now. The problem I'm facing now is where to even begin, like how to even start this. This is why I've been putting this off. B, C, A. I have decided to take some of my younger fiction off. This is a lot of the books I've had as a kid. There's a lot of like Artemis Fowl, The Spiderwick Chronicles, Jungle Book. I'm gonna put these into storage. I don't plan on getting rid of these. I'm not a person who gets rid of books very often. I usually just hold on to them. A lot of these, my grandma was a librarian, and so a lot of these came from the library she used to work in. My mom was a teacher, so a lot of these came from her. So I don't really like to get rid of my books. I will save them, pass them on to either my future children, to family, and all of that. I don't really get rid of books too often though. Okay, so I have the beginnings of this all organized. I'm gonna start putting things onto my bookshelves just to start clearing off some more space, but I'm pretty sure I have most stuff pretty much laid out the way it needs to go, and I'm excited to get things back in order. This version of Through the Looking Glass is so freaking cool. Like, look at that. Special edition, published in 1946. Alright guys, so now the bookshelf is clean and organized again. There's actually more room on it. I moved off all of my like children's books and stuff I read when I was little. I also moved off all of my husband's books, and we'll put them on his shelf. All of the other stuff I'm gonna actually organize and put where it's supposed to be, so I actually have room to grow, which is exciting. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I also just hope you guys are all having a good day. Let me know what you were reading down in the comments below, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.